Alright everyone, Supreme Kami over here, so I'm gonna be doing another edition of the battle circuit over here. So this time around we have the slow charge mode over here. So what I'll be doing, I'm just basically gonna be doing what I did for the 24th one over here. So basically I will have one build for the first 1 to 10 laps over here, and then the second lap I'll do a little bit more explanation of what kind of build I'm going for. So in terms of the attribute that they want us to take on to have a type advantage, is going to be attack attribute. So that is what I have built around right here. So I actually did went ahead and use the welfare unit that we have gotten, I want to say maybe a month or two ago. So I'm going to be using the Mandela Gundam over here. So this one is going to fit perfectly well. So this one is going to be a melee build. So some word tag that I use is going to be high firepower, transformer, and then mobile fighter right there. So this is a very nice build. So I roughly do have around 31,000 melee attack. So I think that should be pretty good to go. So EX skill that we are using is going to be the claw arm right there. We're going to have this own EX skill right there. I believe this one should be the melee weapon one right there. So that's good. Now last but not least, we do have another claw mode. So this one is going to be from your Kirio. So since we do have a very since the mode is going to be slow charged it, so you do have a 50% you know, in terms of like how fast they'll be charging. So just a little bit more or less like cut in half right there. So I think using these ones should be fine, because like the first 10 laps they don't really have too many enemies. So maybe once we start getting into maybe like lap 11 to 20, I'll start using maybe like a shooting build. I'll probably be packing all those magazine type EX skill. I think they will be very helpful overall. So in terms of substat, I didn't really do all that much, simply for the arm, just to give me a little bit kick into the melee attack right there. So simply still going to be using this one. I don't even know how, I don't think I'll be using this one at all, just because I don't feel like I would need to have any like cooldown like reduced by any chance. So that's pretty much going to be a waste. So we don't really have too many power boosting, so that may be a little bit more troublesome once we get maybe into like the later half, maybe like starting from lap 8, 9, or 10. Maybe we'll have a little bit more problem, but overall I think we should be fine. So another sub slot I did list the leg part, simply to get high firepower right there, and then back part right there simply to get the EX skill right there. So not too many changes. I don't know if I even need that honestly, because I'd rather get the 25% power boosting than have another EX skill. I think I should be fine, because there's only 2 enemy for the first 2 waves, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. I'll still have it on for now. And then as for the pilot, we do also have another sub slot. Simply if there's anyone that is gonna shoot, for example, I can get a little bit of a mitigation as well. But with that being said, that's gonna be pretty much in terms of the build for the first 10 laps. So after that, once I do get into lap 11 to 20, then I'll start explaining what I will use for the second half. So
私から逃げられると思うなよ。必ず倒す。私から逃げられると思うなよ。のは必ず倒す。私から逃げられると思うなよ。者は必ず倒す。私から逃げられると思うなよ。のは必ず倒す。私から逃げられると思うなよ。者は必ず倒す。者は必ず倒す。やらせるぞ。やらせるぞ。
So lab 1 to 10 is done, and I gotta say this one is quite challenging because we have something called the skill hack mode right there, and then we also do have a Asimo. So in terms of this build specifically, I did went back ahead and added just some part right there, just so I will have a little bit more armor so I can survive. So a little bit more armor, a little bit more melee attack, so that's well. Obviously, I think this one I also add in so 300 more. So I think I barely survived by one more tick, and then I will I will have to restart again. And then in terms of the, let's say, the skill head mode, so the way you can do this is either you add in actually buffers, for example, or you actually go ahead and use the EXQ piercing boosters. So that is going to be one way to bypass that. So obviously, since this build doesn't really have too many high attack, for example, so I went ahead and used the good old-fashioned, just some buffing right there, and then this normal melee attack. So that worked out pretty good. So for lab 11 to 20, this is going to be the build that we'll be using for sure. So this one is going to be a full set of the free-to-play version of the Gundam Perfect Strike Freedom over here. So everything is basically maxed out right here. So I do have a few part that is a level 99, like the head part and then the torso. And then in terms of pilot, I'm actually using Sane as well. So this is a fit the overall theme right there for sure. And then besides that, I do actually have this a few subslots right here. So this one is going to be this smooth board cannon. So this one is going to be simply providing that big scale support right there. So a little bit more shot attack right there. And then in terms of the head part, I did went up use a little bit more subslot as well. So this one is going to be the V2 Gundam. I don't really have anything maxed out for, let's say, hold up, this one I don't know. Oh, this one is not maxed out. So yeah, the problem I was running into, because I don't have parts maxed out, so I can't really use it throughout the build. So I just may have to find something that is completely maxed out and then see which one provide the biggest support. I think this one does. Yeah, this one provided bigger support, so I will end up using this one. So it's just gonna slightly drop a little bit in terms of my shot attack, but I think we should still be fine. 38,000 shouldn't be too bad of a shot attack right there. And then torso wise, I did use the break DS over here, so just simply to get the word tag for computer active right there. And that's gonna be pretty much it in terms of subslot. I don't think I need that much anyway, so 38,000 shot attack should be fine. EX skill, we do have a, this one's gonna be like a magazine type, so should perform pretty well. But in terms of the power wise, it's only C power. I don't know how that good would perform. We do have a piercing right there, so that should help for sure. This one's gonna be the full burst right there. It's the perfect full burst mode right there, so that should be great as well. And then last but not least, we do have the ranged weapon EX skill as well. So A minus pierce and B power, so I think it should perform fairly well. So I don't think we should have any problem like we did for the melee aspect of it. For melee, it was quite challenging. This is because all the enemy was kind of backing up. Like we have Guy Gundam like backing up every few seconds when I'm melee attacking. And I think overall using a shooting build should provide a little bit more. I think I should be able to clear just a tad faster compared to melee, but we'll see. So let me hop in now and see how it goes.